Nelson Mandela came to Miami. And just before he arrived, Cuban-American political leaders really demanded that he speak badly of Castro, or that they would not welcome him into the community. The city of Miami had already passed a resolution, and they took it back. And as a result, Nelson Mandela was snubbed, and people from all over the country and some from outside the country began to say, well, what's going on in Miami? But more importantly, what are you going to do about it? And out of that, the beginning stages of thinking about a response, the Miami boycott was born.
The first demand is an apology for the snub of Nelson Mandela.
We're hopeful that political leaders and business leaders will have the courage and the wisdom to apologize for snubbing Mandela.
Everybody was talking about the fact that we demanded apologies. But to be honest with you, we were praying that they wouldn't apologize, because then that gave us the moral force to continue to demand to open the vaults of economic opportunity in the #1 industry at the time, which was tourism. And we looked to the Convention and Visitors Bureau because of the fact that people were talking about not wanting to visit. And bow, we found out that the year before Mandela was snubbed, 1989, conventions and visitors had pumped $5 billion into the economy, and 20% of that was pumped in by black conventions and visitors. And my math said 20% is $1 billion. We have the leverage. We had about 7 possible names. We came up with the name Boycott Miami. Every time the media reported on what we did, they were advancing our cause. They were saying, boycott Miami, boycott Miami, which was great. We told the black community that this was a quiet riot. Said, we're going to riot. The other 3 violent riots didn't work. We're going to try to give us some space to move forward with the quiet riot. We came up with something that everybody could participate in. You could participate in it by not going to hotels yourself. You could participate in it by writing a check. You could participate in it by demonstrating in front of conventions that came. Part of the agreement to negotiate was that after we came to an agreement on the 20-point plan, that we would convert from business leaders, boycott organizers, to one group called Coalition for Progress. I was maybe the last person that they talked about leading it. Everybody had a reason not to do it. And so finally, say, well, HT, we know you've been leading the Free South Africa movement, and we know that you have a small law practice, but it looks like you are it. And I said, give me some time to think about it. And then I said, I did not really get a chance to work with Martin Luther King in the civil rights movement. I'll never forget when they told me a group of people were going to the March on Washington in '63, and I said, oh, I'll catch the next one. And I thought about that, and I was saying to myself, you know what, HT? This is your next one. You can't let this opportunity go.